Hi, I'm Ariel Italic, and you're watching What the Font. It's a show about talking, but not a show about knowing things. Today's topic is one with which I have plenty of history, even if I don't have plenty of information to back that up. We're talking about coffee. Now, when I was in college, and after college when I couldn't get a job, I worked as a barista, and I still drink multiple cups of coffee every single day. That prepares me to be someone who enjoys coffee and is occasionally forced to do latte art. It does not make me an expert in the science of coffee or its preparation, but I'm going to talk about that anyway. When people bring up coffee, they're often talking about how to make it, and how their way is great and your way sucks. The most traditional one is the at-home machine with a basket filter, and you just put some water in the back and it all dumps out. You can find that in, any hotel room. And while that method has the most traction in modern American households, it certainly doesn't have the snob factor of some of the other ways that you could prepare your coffee. If you have a French press, or you do that pour-over thing that they're doing in Starbucks now and charging extra money for, you get to feel like you have some sort of control over the coffee, and with that comes the ability to believe that you are an artisan and that you are superior to other people who put their coffee in a basket and wait for the machine to do it for them. And you can go deep on this stuff if you search the internet. Like, there's the AeroPress, which is this plunger-looking thing, and you're using your brute man strength to make the espresso. Or there's another method where you crack an egg right into the boiling water, which I haven't tried because you're cracking an egg into your coffee. And then on the less prestigious end of the spectrum, you have things like instant coffee, which people talk about as if you are pouring hot water over garbage and drinking whatever comes out. I personally drank instant coffee for many years. Something like a Bustelo is just fine. It tastes just fine. Or you can get that Starbucks little packet that's so wasteful but actually tastes really good. There are lots of ways to enjoy coffee no matter how you make it. So there are a lot of options out there, and I could go through and rank them all for you, but the truth is that, like with everything else, it's just whatever you like. There's not a right or wrong way. Unless you're using one of those Keurig machines, whatever comes out of that is not coffee. Though that said, these days I get my coffee from a Nespresso machine. It's like a Keurig, but fancy and European and slightly more expensive, but so worth it. Oh my god, it makes these little shots of espresso that are fucking delicious. Seriously, if you have even once considered buying one, just do it. It is life-changing. Now, when people talk about drinking coffee, they generally do so with an air of concern that it might be terrible for you, or defiance that they are flouting societal norms and chugging all this coffee even though it's going to make them a jittery monster. So I'm here to talk about what I know about the health benefits and deficits of coffee, which is almost nothing. For starters, I think that coffee has fairly high levels of antioxidants, which are good for you? And yes, there's the common misconception that coffee dehydrates you, but studies have shown that drinking a lot of coffee is pretty much as hydrating as drinking a lot of water, because coffee is made of water. It's mostly water. There are legitimate concerns about drinking too much caffeine and then crashing, so let me try to explain to you how I think I remember that caffeine works, which might be lies. So, my understanding is that as you go through your day, your brain gradually creates this chemical that as it builds up, tells you that you're tired and it's time to sleep, so that by the end of a long day, you are ready to crash. What caffeine does is not make you more alert, but simply block your brain's receptors to that time to go to sleep chemical, so that you think you are fully alert even though you are maybe halfway through your day and thus halfway tired and ready for bed. So when the caffeine wears off, all of that chemical rushes in at once and is like, "We have been telling you that it is time for bed. What are you doing?" If I'm being really truly honest here, tea is kind of a better option. Like, it has more antioxidants, so you are really getting those health benefits. It has less caffeine, so you are losing those manic highs and lows. And it has actual flavor variations among the different blends, so you don't have to argue with people about whether it's a French press or a percolator, because who fucking cares? In the end, the worst thing about tea is that it's not coffee. God, I love coffee. Look, the main takeaway from this video, as with all of my previous videos, is that this would all be so much better if I would just do 10 minutes of research before I sat down to film. But I'm not gonna do that, because I am committed to maintaining the quality of this product, even if that means maintaining a low level of quality for this product. I'm Ariel Italic. You're whoever you are, and God, I need a cup of coffee.